We are joined today by Andrew Boord, Portfolio Manager of the FAM Small Cap Fund. Andrew, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thanks a lot, Rachel.
So to start, could you tell us a little bit about your background and role at Fenimore?
Yeah, sure. I didn't actually set out to be in the investment business. I had a couple accounting degrees and went to work for a firm that basically tried to find publicly traded companies playing accounting games, and we would advise investors to stay away from those companies, I suppose. But that got me in the kind of the back door into the investing world, and quickly learned about Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, value investing, and all those things. And I went through a couple of firms and learned, and I joined Fenimore in '05, so I guess about 16 years now. And I've been an analyst the whole time, as we all are on the research team. And my current responsibilities are I'm a co-manager on the small cap strategy.
What do you see as the biggest misconception about investing held by investors?
Yeah, so like everybody in the investing world, I've got clients we speak with, and I've got a lot of friends outside of the business who are very intelligent, but they don't understand investing. And boy, especially right now, they're all confusing speculation with investing, and they're talking to me about Bitcoin and the newest company that's losing money but promises to be huge someday, and that's just not investing. So I'm trying to explain to people that investing is when you have a company that throws off cash earnings, and it's a good company, and it's not just some bet on the future. And right now in 2021, that seems to be a harder thing to explain to people, but that is the difference, and that is very important.
What is the hardest lesson you've ever learned about investing?
What we find out over time, and we've spoken to many investors, and we've heard other kind of legendary investors of yesteryear all to say the same thing, that no matter how hard you try, no matter how much good work you do, some investments just don't work out. It's probably about a third or so. Hopefully they don't lose you a lot of money, but they just don't work out the way you plan, and that's okay. Your portfolio does fine. But it's really hard as an investor. You spend a lot of time getting to know your companies and talking to experts and competitors and customers, and still bad things can happen. 9/11, of course, was kind of the classic example that where literally planes came out of the sky and destroyed one of my companies. That was tough, but that's kind of hard to take emotionally, because you work so hard on these things, and sometimes they're just not going to work out.
If you didn't work in financial services, what would be your profession and why?
Oh boy, I think I'd probably be unemployed. I don't know that I'm cut out to do too much of anything else. I will say I worked on cars a little bit, oddly enough, to put myself through the first couple of years of college, and I'm still into that, I guess. So I'd probably still be a mechanic, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not cut out for much, Rachel. So thank God for Fenimore, right?
What is the best advice you've ever received about investing?
Well, I'm going to give you two answers to that. The first one is, it's kind of a famous Warren Buffett saying of, be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. And that ability to control your emotions turns out to be probably 80% of investing. The other 20% is intelligence. You don't have to be the smartest person, but you do have to be the person with the best emotional control. And that sounds so simple, but really that is 80% of investing. The other thing I will add is, on a more personal basis, I worked for a wonderful man before I came to Fenimore, and he had a lot of great sayings, but the one that really helped me personally was, you have to invest as the world is, not as you wish it was or wish it to be. And that sounds kind of weird, I guess, but you tend to just assume that problems for industries or sectors or the government solution to an issue, you think they'll work out and be exactly like what you have in your head, right? Because that's just logical, at least according to you and your brain. But we as investors, we can talk about what the government ought to do or what we would do if we were in charge, but none of that matters. What we have to do is be very pragmatic and reflect the world as it is in our investments and our approach.
What is your favorite activity outside of investing?
Well, I have 9 kids, so that's pretty much all of it right there. That keeps me busy, and that's okay. I love that. We have a lot of fun. I do have one other hobby I've kind of recently reestablished, which is I like old cars. And during COVID, we bought a 1929 Model A, and I have 2 of my sons in particular are extremely mechanical, and we've kind of used it as a family project too. We've only got about 10 more years of work to go. It's a lot of work to bring this thing back from the dead, but it's a lot of fun, and it's really great time with the kids. And they're learning so much. It's amazing. I'm learning a tremendous amount, but they're learning even more. So it's been a lot of fun.
What do you like most about working at Fenimore?
Well, there's a lot to like. We're very blessed. I will say in the investing world, having been at a very large company and a very small company, you end up with the needs of the firm or the business or the owner can influence your investment decisions. And Fenimore, we don't have that. Nobody's saying we have a budget to make. We need to sell more of this. Nobody ever says any of those things, and they leave the investment team to just focus on doing the right thing, and that's all that matters. So we don't get distracted, or you see, we have a lot of friends in the business. We know how it goes on at other places where there's you're being told to do things that you don't want to do. So we just do good quality investing all day, every day, and kind of the results for the business and the owners work out fine. They take care of themselves.
What one thing makes you most proud?
Yeah, that's the hardest one. You get into the weeds every day of just trying to do a very good job, and maybe you don't step back and look at the big picture. But I think at the none of us really want to look at the bigger picture on some level, I guess. But you step back and look at Fenimore and what we've done and how many people we've helped, and how much we do a lot for the community that probably we don't tell too many people about. I mean, we've helped thousands of people save and retire and pay for college, and we've helped a lot of needy people in our community and made the world a better place. So I think that does make me pretty proud.
What makes Fenimore different?
Being independently owned by good people, I think it makes a huge difference. It sets the foundation for everything else we do. So we're able to invest the right way as we see it, without any pressures to hit budgets or hit some big corporate goal. So that helps a lot. We can do what we think is right. We can treat each customer the way we think they should be treated. Treat them well and invest the right way. And that makes a huge difference. Right now, it's very popular, and it's good for companies that are evolving, and they're thinking of more than just their owners. They're thinking of their whole community, their employees, their customers, a much bigger group of stakeholders. And I'm kind of proud to say Fenimore has always done that. That's probably from 1970s. We started with these concepts. So we've always been giving back to our community. We've always been trying to, really think about our role in the world. And I really like the way Fenimore has done that. I think we've done a good job of serving our larger community, helping a lot of charities, just doing what we can, to make it a good place to work, and I think we've done pretty well at that. So I do feel good about that.
The Take 5 with Fenimore series is brought to you by Fenimore Asset Management. To learn more about Fenimore Asset Management and to view important disclosures, please visit us online at www.fenimoreasset.com.